Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the 19 books I want to read in 2019 challenge. Is it a challenge? TBR list that I see a lot of booktubers doing. I guess I'm going to call my channel now a wannabe booktuber channel because I'm doing a lot of booktuber stuff. But yeah, I thought this would be a really great way to set my year TBR list. There's a lot more books than this I want to get to, and I have so many in pre-order. But I'm not going to be talking about the ones on pre-order, only the ones that I have. And these are in no particular order, it's just however I pulled them off my bookshelf. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first book I have is Eliza and Her Monsters. I've had this book for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to reading it, and I really want to. I think I'll love it because it's about a girl who's known online but not in real life, and like that's me 100%, and is like really shy, and that's me 100%. And like, I don't know, I just feel like I'd really relate to this book. So I definitely want to get to it this year. Next, I have Dear Evan Hansen, which is written by the creators of the show. I'm actually going to see it in April, and I debated as to whether I wanted to read the book first or see the show first. But since the show came out first, I'm going to see the show first and then read the book. So this will be a little bit later in the year, but I love Dear Evan Hansen, the soundtrack. I have it, I play it all the time, I can sing along, I love it. And so I really hope I love the show and that I love the book. Next, I have The Way It Used to Be by Amber Smith. Ignore the sticker on the front. Again, I can't peel it off without leaving residue, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But this follows the story of a girl named Eden who suffers a trauma, and it follows her through freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year of high school, and kind of how she copes with it and deals with it. And this is my kind of book. It's a YA contemporary that deals with the development of a character versus like a romance or other kind of plot thing. And that's what I really look for in a book, is character development and character driven stories. So I really think I'll like this. Next, I had a book that was on my Christmas list, and that is Dodie, Secrets for the Mad. I'm obsessed with Dodie right now. I listen to her music 24/7. This is kind of like a poetry book, but like written in all kinds of different ways. And I really just love that. And so I love Dodie, and I'm hoping to love her style of writing. Next, I have Geekerella. It's just like a little simple take on Cinderella, but like geek version, and I'm here for that. I think it would be really cute and really funny, and I think the cover is adorable. Like, I'm obsessed with the cover, and yeah, I really want to read this one this year. Obviously, that's why it's on this list. Next, I have Fangirl by Rowell. I don't know. By Rainbow. I got this book, the exclusive collector's edition, from Target in 2017, I think, Black Friday. And I still haven't read it. I'm so bad. But again, I think this is a book I'd really like. I wish I'd read it when I was in college, because it's actually about a girl who goes to college and has trouble making friends. And that was me in college. So, but now I'm out of college and I still want to read it because it sounds really good. It follows the story of Kath, who is like an online fangirl and has trouble making friends and making connections, and just sounds like my cup of tea. Next, I have Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. If I count the number of Colleen Hoover books on my bookshelf, there's probably like 5, and I haven't read a single one. This one was gifted to me by a friend. We did a book exchange. I sent her the Ali Novak, the Heartbreakers book, and I was like, you'll really like this, and she sent me this and said you'll really like this. I just haven't read it yet. So this I definitely want to get to because she read my book and absolutely loved it, and I feel terrible that I haven't done the same. I just was in a reading funk last year, so I definitely want to get to this one this year and see if I actually like Colleen Hoover, or I need to stop buying all of her books. I have an obsession with buying books. Next, I have Leah on the OffBeat by Becca Albertalli. This is the spin-off to Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, and I loved Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. It was a 5 out of 5 read for me last year, so I'm really hoping to love this one too, and I just need to actually sit down and read it. Next, I have Let's Talk About Love by Kann. Claire is actually a really good friend of mine, and I pre-ordered this book, and it came to my house a year ago, last January, and I still haven't read it, but obviously I'm looking to change that. I want this to be my first read of 2019. I've been working on a book since December, so I have to finish that one first, but I want this to be my fresh new read of 2019. Next, I have Zac Mia by AJ Betts. I watched this, it was a TV show on this app, and it starred the YouTuber, Kann, and I liked the show. I didn't love the show. I had issues with the show. I went on a whole Twitter rant about it, but if I can find the Twitter rant, I'll link it in the description. But I still want to read the book because I should have read the book before I watched the TV show, and I didn't, so I need to know how different they are, if I actually like the book more, or if it's just a big write-off for me, like what is happening. So I definitely need to get to this. Next, I have Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha and Ngan. I probably butchered that. I actually pre-ordered this book because this girl on Twitter was very passionately talking about her art copy and how much everybody on the planet needs to read it, and I was like, if you're that passionate about a book, I need to read it. So I don't know who that girl is, but she got me to pre-order the book, and it's here, and I've heard a lot of great things about it. We've actually talked about it on my Instagram page that I'm a part of, YA Author Life. We've had quotes and book clubs and interviews and a lot of stuff about this book, so I'm really excited. I actually don't know anything about it other than the cover is gorgeous and cover goals. I want to read this one. Again, I think it's fantasy. And so that'll check. I'm still trying to read more fantasy because I'm really into YA contemporary and trying to branch out. So that'll check my fantasy box. Next, I have Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And I bought this book, it was either at the end of 2017 or beginning of 2018. I bought the duology together. It was on sale at Target, and I knew I wanted to read more fantasy, so I was like, I hear everybody talking about this duology, so I'm gonna get it. And then I never read it. But again, I hear so many great things about this book, and I really want to jump into it. So I want this to be one of my early reads this year, so that way I can finally know what everyone's talking about. Also, can we talk about these sprayed pages because they're gorgeous? I know there's mixed opinions about sprayed pages in books, but I love them. Next, I have the next book in the City of the Mortal Instrument series, which is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. My friend Ali Novak has been trying to get me to read this series since 2017, and this year I am determining that it's going to be the year I finally read it. I have 4 of the books and I've read 1, so I'm ready to power through it's her favorite series of all time, so I'm ready to give it a chance. Next, I have a poetry book called Impulse by Ellen Hopkins, author of Crank. Is this not the first book in the series? Crap, now I'm gonna have to look that up. Is it a series? It is a series. I have Crank, it's on my bookshelf. So I guess I'm gonna start with Crank. But I have Crank and Impulse, and I just bought Burned, and it looks like there's another one called Glass. But I definitely need to read these books first before I keep buying them. It sounds like something I'd really like. I knew a lot of people were reading this when I was in middle school, and I feel like this shouldn't be something that's read in middle school because it sounds really deep and something very mature. But now that I am mature, I will definitely be jumping into this, but starting with Crank, not Impulse apparently. Next, I have Kissing Max Holden by Katy Upperman. I bought 2 books by Katy Upperman last year. One was a pre-order, and then I bought this one, and I haven't read them yet. So it sounds really cute, like a really cute romance, and that's what I'm here for. So it's not too long, so it'll be a quick little, I feel like this is a beach read or like a summer read, so maybe a little bit later in the year, but I definitely want to read some Katy Upperman this year. Then I have another book Ali Novak gave me back in 2017, 2018, 2017. I'm a terrible person. and that is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I hear a lot about Morgan Matson. She's a YA contemporary author, and that's one of my favorite, obviously, genres to read, and Allie knows that, so she gifted me this book, and this year will be the year that I read it. It's really long for a YA contemporary, but again, I've heard mixed reviews on Morgan Matson, but since this is my cup of tea, I expect to really like it. But again, I think this is more of a summer read for me, so maybe a little bit later this year. Next, I have Love and Other Carnivorous Plants by Florence Gonsalves. I saw this on a recommendations video from Hannah, or a Clockwork Reader, and I thought it sounded really interesting, and I picked it up. It talks about eating disorders and in an eating disorder clinic. I really like books that deal with heavy topics like that, so I thought I'd really like this book, and I still do think so. I just haven't read it yet. So definitely want to get to this book this year, because Hannah said that she absolutely loved it, and I love a Clockwork Reader, so I trust all of her opinions. Next, I have a book I'm really ashamed that I haven't read yet because I pre-ordered it and I've had it forever, and that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. This deals with mental health, which is something I really like to read about in a book because I think we should talk about it, but I'm not going to get on my pedestal today. And I know people have mixed reviews about John Green. I've generally liked most of his work. The Fault in Our Stars I loved. Looking for Alaska, Paper Towns I did not like at all. So up and down with his work, but I expect to really like this one. I know a lot of people that do, including Hannah. I'm really excited to actually read it, and so I'm hoping this year is the year I finally do. And last but certainly not least, I have Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. I did not realize until this very second that Anna Todd is on the back of this, author of the After series. That just threw me for a second. Anyways, this is kind of like an uplifting, not really self-help, but just like an uplifting book. I know a lot of people that have read this book in 2018 had so many good things to say about it, and since I'm a follower, I'll also be reading this book and seeing if it's something that I would like. And that is 19 books I want to read in 2019. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!